Alright, so this one's going to be a little bit more informal than the last one, but I'm still going to give it a shot because this came to my mind just now, and I feel like it's an important topic to tell people about. So, this one's going to be about dreams, not so much the literal dreams, such as like what happens to you when you sleep. I'm talking more about aspirations, and dreams, like as a child or whatever. Christopher Hitchens, one of the many people that I enjoy listening to, or enjoyed listening to. Um, Unfortunately, he passed away, but that's neither here nor there. He had the great insight that life is just like being shot through a cannon towards a wall with spikes on it. You are going to hit the wall at some point, and the wall obviously is death, and the cannon is obviously birth. And it doesn't matter, what matters is not the destination, but the journey and what you accomplish between the 2 points. Now, when he was giving this point, he is a fervent anti-theist, and, or, so what he was trying to point out was, that there is no life after death, and it's about what you do now. And it's an interesting point, but I would like to modify it just a little bit, in that yes, you are shot from a cannon, and yes, you are plunged towards a wall with spikes on it. However, in reference to your dreams, it's a lot like taking a leap. You're the one that has to light the fuse, and this is not in reference to life or death anymore, but this is in reference to guilt and regrets. You, just like jumping off a cliff towards your dreams, you have to light your own fuse and hope that it doesn't matter how much it hurts when you hit the wall, but how close you are to flying before you hit it. Right, so I've been doing some research recently on, as I was talking about before, dreams and aspirations and such, and more importantly, guilt, regrets that people have usually just before they die. Some people, most people, midlife crisis. But as I spoke before about the whole canon scenario, a lot of people with their midlife crisis get caught trying to get into the canon, sort of. What I mean by this is they're held down and tied down before they're able to climb in entirely into the canon and light the fire for their dreams. These things that they're tied down by are, you know, kids, marriage, to somebody that they don't feel that they, for whatever reason, love, or any number of things, a career, a shitty boss, you know, all these things that hold you back. They are literally traps, and they are literally tying you down and keeping you from accomplishing the things that you want to and need to accomplish before you die. It's about following your heart and following your gut and what it's telling you to do, and it's the most important thing that you can do in your lifetime. If you put it off, you will eventually have what is commonly referred to as a midlife crisis. You wanted to light the fuse, but you couldn't. You couldn't because you felt obligated by society's transformative tools of manipulation that you must conform to what they consider successful and what they consider a healthy lifestyle, when actually a healthy lifestyle is what you deem it to be healthy. The point is, you get to a midlife crisis and you're looking at the canon and you realize that There's been something in you that's been telling you since you were little to light it, to light the cannon and to do it, because if you don't do it now, you might never do it. And it's telling you that you need to do it now. And it gets more and more aggressive in a midlife crisis when it's so aggressive that you realize you can't do it anymore because you're so tied down now that you literally can't follow your dreams anymore. And I think that's what a midlife crisis is, and I think that's why it's important to get the message out that people need to follow their dreams and not what society thinks is a successful career path in life. So you walk up to someone and you ask them, are you happy? And in an ideal situation, they're being 100% truthful. They're going to respond one of two ways. Yes, I'm happy, or no. And based on one of these two answers, you will really dig deep into who the person is. So if they said yes, then you ask them why, but the answer doesn't matter. The best you can do is teach them something, but chances are if they think they're happy now, then they're not going to change their ways, regardless of what you're telling them. If they say no, that means they're 100% open to change, and that's when you really can inspire someone. If you ask them if they're happy and they hesitate at all, they don't have to say no, but that would be an ideal situation, is them saying no and you having something to offer them. So they say no, right? And the immediate thing you have to do is find out from the person what is holding them from their happiness. And usually it's something that has been taught to them, like they have a problem with hatred or trust, all these things that are taught by society and enforced upon us. You need to teach them that people are the most important things in the world, and the greatest service that you can do is service to others. So I recommend when you find somebody who isn't happy, take them to a place where they can, one, converse with people that they don't know, and two, do a service to others. And that's why I recommend, like the food bank or whatever's in your area. Because one, you can meet new people, and two, you do something that's beyond yourself. Service to others is where you find yourself. It's where people find the root of all kindness, which is the root of human spirit. People aren't born racist or sexist or prejudiced in any way. People are born out of love. Literally. You were born through love and in love. But what happens is you gain the knowledge to learn from your surroundings. And it's one of the biggest detriments that's going on in our society, because we produce a person that is entirely immersed in his surroundings. So if the surroundings are bad and war-trodden, and a kid is born in Palestine and there are bombs dropping everywhere, chances are he's going to be angry because there are bombs dropping near him. And he won't accept it. That's the biggest thing, is that his parents will teach him that it's not right. And that's a good thing. But the problem is the people who are holding the bombs aren't teaching their kids that it's a bad thing, because they're the ones who are doing it. Hate is a learned behavior, and love is an innate behavior. The problem with society at this juncture is not that we have too much love or too much hate. The problem is that we are creating a society where our parents were raised in the same society that cultivates hate, not allowing love and giving love a chance. If we don't change the way society works now, what's going to happen is the way that our parents learned hate is going to become and seem so innate to us that they're going to pass it to their children without any need for society to tell them what is right and what is wrong. It's going to become like a self-imposed moral to be hateful. And this is generally towards first world countries, because in my experience most third world countries are not hateful. Because they've been on the side of the oppressed, but that's for another day. It's just like abuse. If you abuse your child, then statistics show that that child will grow up and abuse someone in their lives because they're so hurt. So when you teach a child hate, then they will grow up to hate. And it's as simple as that.